Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So NOAA came out and they officially said El Nino is done. We are now in neutral conditions. What we look is out into the Pacific. And remember, during the El Nino, we have those warming waters. And right now, you can certainly tell that has gone away. We are now in that neutral condition expected. Really high chance, 85% chance they are putting that we transition into La Nina. And of course, we've been talking about this La Nina that will enhance or help to enhance the activity across the Atlantic basin as we go through the hurricane season. That combined with the extraordinarily warm waters that we are seeing across the Atlantic basin. So we are watching these two areas. We've been watching these over the past couple of days. We have this area down in the Bay of Campeche, southwestern Gulf of Mexico. This is just a broad area of low pressure right now, still pretty disorganized, but it is in an area where conditions are a bit more favorable that we could see some development, but any development we see with this does look like it's still going to be slow to occur. So we're not going to see anything in the short term. That's why you see over the next 2 days that 0% chance of development. But as we head through the weekend and into next week, we're seeing more and more of the models kind of coming on board with that idea that we're going to start to see a gradual development with this system. But it's going to kind of hold out in this area and then maybe slowly drift towards the west. So Mexico will be watching this pretty closely as we head through the weekend and into next week. We also have that Invest 90. This Invest 90, this is what has brought all the heavy rain across Florida over the past several days as it worked its way over, just pulling all that deep tropical moisture. Sarasota on Tuesday picking up all that flooding rain as it just poured right over portions of Sarasota. Some areas picking up close to a foot of rain, but officially at the airport picking up nearly 6.5 inches of rain in one day with that. And then yesterday, Fort Lauderdale down into Miami, torrential rain basically all day long in many areas picking up right around that foot of rain again, causing life-threatening floods down across the southeast coast from Fort Lauderdale down through Miami as well. This has now worked its way off the coastline. It's still that elongated area of low pressure. Really has a very low chance. It's been holding right around that 20% for days now, and it's going to slowly work its way on towards the north and east. And as it does so, even though conditions aren't really all that favorable that we're going to see any development with this, it does, at least the models are indicating, we may still see some slow development with this. Now, Hurricane Hunter plane is actually flying out to this system this afternoon, just kind of have a little peek, see what's going on with this system. And they also have one scheduled for tomorrow. These are always subject to change, but that is the plan right now. We'll continue to watch both of these areas, but even if this Invest 90 develops, it's moving away from us, so it's not going to be any issues. This other area across the Bay of Campeche, that would be moving more towards Mexico, but you see that strong wind shear. That is what is really inhibiting that Invest 90 from developing at this point. We do have lighter winds down across the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. That's why conditions are more favorable in that area. So you look at the different computer models. Here we have the European, the GFS, and the Fox model. And again, all of them kind of coming on board with that idea of slow development with this, but it's basically just kind of paralleling the coastline, staying out over open waters as we head through the weekend and into, there we are on Father's Day on Sunday, still off the northeast coast of the U.S. Now, the other area that we're watching down across the Gulf of Mexico, still very disorganized, heading through Saturday, heading into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and you're starting to see things coming together with this. So big question is, over the next few days, do we eventually get a tropical storm out of one of these systems and have that first name storm? Remember, the first name is Alberto, and we will keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.